guys, welcome back to my channel, Deconstrut. I'm Charlotte. Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing part 2 of our 2-part series for our Nike Girl tennis outfit. So for this tutorial, we're actually going to be doing the matching sports bra. I had a lot of people comment or message me on Instagram saying that they thought I bought this, but I didn't. 100% self-made. From the legging remanents from the first tutorial. If you haven't seen the first tutorial, that is the Nike tennis skirt portion, and I'll leave that linked up here. I highly recommend checking that out as it will help with matching your outfit up with this. So for this sports bra, it's actually made out of the remanents from the Nike Pro leggings that I used in the first tutorial. It had this extra logo on the thigh of the leggings, and I knew I wanted to leverage that for a secondary piece, and kept the waistband logo for the tennis skirt portion. And I think it worked out really well. This actually looks like the Nike sports bra that is currently being sold. I believe it's all white as well, and just has the swoosh logo on it. I'll leave a link of it down below so you guys can go check that out. If you'd like to learn how to make the bra portion of the tutorial, then please keep on watching. Because we had these extra large leggings that we took the waistband off of, we still have this great logo piece left on the leg, and I'll be using this Calvin Klein bralette as the base. I do want to make it so that I can put padding inside it, so it will be multi-layer. So we're just going to create the pattern from this bralette and then try to put it together. I've never made a sports bra before. Seems fairly straightforward. I guess I just really wanted to make this whole outfit actually functional, so it's not just aesthetic wise that I'd wear it, but I would actually wear it to go work out in. And because this is like Nike dry fit material, it seems like a waste to not make it functional. That's what we'll be doing. So let's start with making our pattern piece. To create the pattern, I trace the front and back sides of my bralette, making sure to line up shoulder and side seams. So the one thing I do know I really want is to make sure this logo is in the center of the top. So because of the decorative stitching here, I'm thinking maybe we can like puzzle piece this together a little bit. I always get so nervous cutting things because it's like once you cut it, you can't go back. But I already know I want to use this piece. I just don't know how I want to use it. You know what I mean? So, okay, here goes nothing. So it seems to be a seam line here and a seam line here, but this one seems to like, it's like a bit of a pocket in here, and I don't know why. Man, Nike, why couldn't you like move the logo up a little bit? Because that would have been really handy. Okay, let's see. Going back to my original pattern, I would have the line running like this. I mean, it'd be right on top of the boob, which is kind of okay, I think. Okay, having difficulties fitting this piece on, which means maybe I need to do more seams. The final front outer layer consisted of 4 pattern pieces to maintain the logo in the center. The 2 additional seams were reminiscent of bust darts, which I thought looked pretty nice. Here's a look at all the pieces together. To make it into one large outer piece, I will be serging the seams together. I then traced lining pieces for the front and back of the sports bra and cut it out of matching white knit material. Taking a piece of elastic, I created a gather on the front lining piece to help separate the cups for either side. With a 2-inch piece, mark the top and bottom of the length of the elastic in the center, and when sewing, make sure to stretch the elastic to create the ruching effect. Be sure to sew on the bad side of the lining piece. Now that all the outer and lining pieces are prepped, you will want to sew up the sides of the outer front and back pieces, and to do the same with the lining pieces as well. Be sure to not sew up the shoulder seams like I did, just the sides. For this next portion, I've just finished sewing up the sides of the inner lining, that's the outer piece there, and I'm just going to cut 2 little notches on either side of the side seam here to mimic the pocket right here, which allows you to insert and take out the cup paddings in sports bras. Taking a pair of sewing scissors, you'll want to cut a small half-moon shape into the side of the lining piece. It's better to start small and trim as needed. You really only need an opening that's about 1 inch wide. Folding the lining side in half, I traced the cutout to make it match. I ended up smoothing out the curve a bit, but looking back, I could have cut a much smaller section. I'm just going to take a serger and then serge along this line. Here is the side opening for the cups to be put in. Just serged up the sides to make it super nice and clean, just to mimic this section right here. That looks pretty good. So next step is going to be putting the lining piece into the outer piece here. You can now put the lining and outer pieces together, flipping the outer layer inside out. You will maneuver the pieces in such a way where the good sides will be facing so you can sew up the neckline and the armholes. I used a serger for this, but you can also zigzag stitch this on a sewing machine. And here is why I shouldn't have sewn the upper shoulder seams a few steps back. So I made a mistake and thought I could sew up the armholes, but in fact, you can't when you do things in this order, because then you can't flip it right side out properly with the armhole straps. And I'm just going about with my tedious task of undoing stitches. So don't do as what I did. I'll show you what you are supposed to do very shortly. Right before I was going to serge everything together, I just had an idea. And I believe if I take out the shoulder seams, I'll be able to get a clean edge like the neckline. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, and I'm undoing some stitches. It also means I have to undo a bit of the neckline stitching as well, but I think it'll be worth it. I think at the end, it'll look so good, neat and clean, that it's gonna be worth the pain of taking out serged edges. If you weren't using a serger, taking out zigzag stitches is a lot easier. I mean, if you're following this tutorial or my journey of making this, you probably won't be making as many mistakes as I am. So be sure to click on that blog link down below, because I'll have like clear written out instructions for you guys to follow, so you guys don't have to be undoing stitches like I am. Yay! Finally got one side undone. Now to get the other side undone. So now I'm just sewing the armhole together. I've maneuvered it so that, well, this is where the shoulder seams used to be. This is the back piece, and then we're just putting the side seams for like this part with the serger. Flipping the now correctly sewn piece inside out, you have clean seams all around the neckline and armholes. Now we're gonna put the shoulder seams back together. I sewed the shoulder seams together with a simple straight stitch. To finish off the open edge left from the cutout on the sides, I folded the edge over and used a zigzag stitch to hide the raw edge. To add the elastic band to the bottom of the sports bra, I used a serger to run both the elastic and the raw edges of the bottom of the top together. You can use the same method on a sewing machine, but with a zigzag stitch. For the final step, you'll want to fold up the elastic edge and use a zigzag stitch to finish it off. And that's the sports bra all finished. I love that with the extra lining layer, it gives you the option for removable cups. The logo looks great and the extra seams don't distract from it at all. In all honesty, I think it looks almost store-bought, which is kind of crazy to think that I bought one pair of leggings and was able to make a full Nike tennis outfit. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you guys haven't checked out part 1 of the series, I'll leave it linked up here so you can check out the skirt portion of the video. It is a very, very cute set, so I highly recommend if you are able to make the full set. You won't regret it. If you end up recreating this DIY, I would love to see your version of it. Please send me photos, please tag me, use the hashtag Deconstrut so I can find it. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like other DIY videos and sewing related things, then please consider subscribing down below. I would really, really appreciate it if you join the DIY family. Yeah, that's about it. And I'll see you guys next time on another tutorial. Okay, bye!
Yeah, we should take it slow, just like day by day, like day by day.